do that? Like, how did you even create that voice? Who actually did you create that voice?
It was created in a lab
Mm.
artificially.
Mhm.
It's okay though. We've come pretty far, I guess, with Evil
Yeah.
Singing. Like when she first started, it wasn't as good, but
Well,
a lot
yeah.
of refinement over the years. That's pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
Dude, you've come a long
Are
way
you
in
releasing
general.
like? Well,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I guess
Sorry.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I mean, like when I think about the fact that like you made an Osu AI,
Yeah. Many years ago. I think it's legitimately like 6 years ago.
and now you have now you broke the hype train record.
Yeah. A little silly. Shouldn't really have happened, but here
Dude,
we
I
are.
mean,
It's a
that's how
strange
all of
timeline.
this is.
You think?
Like I don't know, man. I had about 40 viewers on average. And I was
Mhm.
freaking proud of that. I had worked for that. And then one day you rated me, and now I don't even know what's happening anymore, man. None of it feels real. But
Well,
like
that's the thing. It's the same for me, though, right? It's like I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. It just sort of happened.
it all just kind of happened. And it keeps happening, I guess. Like I'm just surprised every single day that it continues to happen.
I get the same thing, yeah, because it just sort of doesn't seem to stop, really.
Yeah.
Because like obviously with the initial like Osuboto, I was just like, okay, it's cool, you know. I think we had like 200 viewers once. I was like, whoa,
Dang, yeah.
no way.
No,
Yeah, and then
dude, that was
like
the same for me. I once got up to 200 and I was like, wow, this
yeah,
is
like I've
famous.
made it, you know. I'm Twitch famous, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then it's like, and then I did the Nero's like LM VTuber stuff, and then that got even more. And it's like, there's no way it could go. There's no way it could be more popular. That's just not possible. And then just it keeps happening, which is a
How
little
did it happen,
worrying,
actually?
really.
Like, how did you take off? Was it just word of mouth and, like, look at the cool AI? Like,
Yeah, so we initially had like a little bit of we had like I think 2,000, 3,000 followers on the channel from when I did the Osu AI before. And so like there was a fair few people that, had the go live notification and stuff, right? They're like, oh, what the fuck is this? This guy hasn't streamed in like 2 years. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I can ask it funny questions and then I can screenshot the response and I can, send clips, and then she'd said funny stuff and those clips kind of went a little viral. And then the Osu community was fairly involved as well because she was playing Osu at the start.
yeah.
So they posted clips there on like Reddit and stuff. And then she got involved with like the wider Osu community playing games against them and stuff. And then she got involved with the VTuber community, obviously with some of her collabs, and then just
Yeah.
kept doing collabs with people bigger and bigger, I guess. And then
That
sort
was
of
when
happened.
I first
I
found
don't
out
know.
about her.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know about her until she was
Ah.
doing collabs with VTubers. I think
mean,
the first Numi collab
yeah.
was the first time I ever saw her.
That is a while ago though. I would consider that OG these days.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, oh, but then I was like a diehard fan. It was like I just like saw that stream and I was like, oh, cool. And then it was my dad found her because when I was like, Dad, I want to do VTubing, and he was like, what is that? And he just like looked around a bunch, and I guess he found her, and he was just like, this is like a really cool project. This is like really really cute. Then like he would just watch her regularly. The fact that he was watching, because he doesn't watch like he's not on Twitch that much. The fact that he was watching the day that you rated me feels impossible. Like
It does sound impossible. Yeah, that's insane. I mean,
yeah,
what are the chances of that? Yeah, that's gotta be so strange for you.
it was, I think, weirder for him. Like I think it was a lot weirder
That also
for him
makes
than
sense.
it was for me. Because like of
Yeah.
all the like everything that happened that day was weird for me, you know? Like nothing that day felt normal. That was the other thing. I was just talking about chat about this because they were like, "Oh, Ellie's so anxious. Ellie's such an anxious person." And like, no, like you guys do improv comedy in front of 5,000 people. Like, let's see how you do.
Yeah.
Like that
I
stuff
saw
would
that
make
clip.
anybody
Yeah.
anxious. And
Yeah.
so like
No, it's very understandable.
for me, obviously, like the weirdness of that day was not that piece of it. It was just like that it happened at all, that any of this happened. For my dad, like you've seen the messages, right? Like I showed you him sending me like, just
I think
breathe,
so, yeah.
it will be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. That was crazy. How did you choose me? Was it just completely random?
Did I choose you? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really remember, but I assume it was just random. I was just on VTuber tag, and then just, I don't know, clicked on a random one, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
because I don't think you had like, robotics engineer in your title or anything like that, right? So I was just,
like,
yeah.
not a huge part of my brand. We'd done some small electronics projects, but like I was pretty dead set because like this is dumb and like honestly in hindsight kind of silly, but I really didn't want to be like to do the thing where it's like, look, I am a girl who does technology. Like I just always feel weird about that stuff. And so like I didn't want it to be like, wow, a VTuber who does engineering, you wouldn't believe this. And I just like didn't want that to be part of my brand. So yeah, it wasn't at all. It wasn't like until I don't even remember how it came up, but in your raid, you were like, robotics engineer, I may have a question for you.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you introduced yourself that way or something, but I think I must have been talking about like, yeah, because I already did the robot dog stuff earlier in
Yeah.
the year.
I think someone brought
A
it
little
up.
insane.
Yeah. And then the fact that I did this project at all. This is a crazy project to have attempted. I can't believe it
True.
works.